Well, for the meal, I'm going to make an onion soup. I found a kind of vintage recipe in Pinterest. So first I'm going to clean the onion and chop it in very thin slices. I'm gonna throw that later. When you have your onion like this, you chop it in half. And then, as you can see, here is a little bit of the heart, so you put it like this and just chop a little tiny bit. So that's the heart. And you do it too in the other part, so the onion is clean and that part don't get in the middle. So now you have your half and you are going to chop thin slices. If you don't want to cry when you chop an onion, you need to breathe with your mouth and not with your nose. That usually helps. The recipe asks for 2 cups of onion, so I guess 1 whole onion is enough. For this recipe, I'm going to use a white onion. I think this is the best one for this recipe. You can also use yellow onion, but I guess this is the best one in flavor for the recipe. The recipe asks for boeuf bourguignon, I think I remember. That's a kind of broth of beef that you put in the stove for almost like 6 hours. But don't worry, you can also use a broth. So the recipe asks for 4 cups, so 1 liter is enough. Now I put a pot in kind of low-medium heat, like that. And I'm gonna put the butter. It's gonna melt, and when it melts, I'm gonna add the onion and a teaspoon of brown sugar. The recipe asks for just sugar, but I believe the brown sugar would give it a better flavor. The sugar, it's not to make it sweet, it's to make the onion less strong. I'm gonna let it stir for about 15 minutes until the onions are cooked. You don't want them very brown, but you want them soft. This is how the onions are looking like. I forgot to add the mustard, but I'm going to add it now. Just a little bit. And I'm going to add the beef broth. I added the whole liter and I'm going to let it be for about 15 minutes at kind of low-medium temperature. For that, I'm just going to put the lid and let it be. I'll be back in 15 minutes. So this is how the soup looks like now. It smells really good. I'm gonna serve it in a dish and I come back with you. Oh, you know what? Well, I tasted and this needs a little bit of salt, so I'm gonna pour some and then I'm going to stir and serve it. This is how it looks like now. It looks pretty nice, and I'm going to add just a little bit of parmesan cheese. Yeah, like that. For my chef toys, I have this torch. I'm gonna see if I can melt the cheese. The recipe says you need the bread and you need to melt the cheese over the bread, but I don't have bread right now, so I'm gonna try to do it like this. You don't really need this tool, this is just for a little extra. If not, you can eat it like that or with the bread. Well, this is the result. It got melted just a little bit, but it looks pretty nice. I'm gonna pair my meal with a cup of white wine. This is the one I'm gonna use now. This is from another video I'm filming. This is a German wine. This is pretty nice. So I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna see you later. You know, the soup is very nice, it's very tasty, but I feel it's too much onion in my perception. So if you made it, I recommend you just do half an onion, because I feel one is too much. I'm gonna use this for cooking in another dishes, but yeah, for a soup I feel it's a little overwhelming.